All right, before we get back to this whole saving the world business, you know, and defeating Alduin, yada, 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 I thought we'd get one more real good close look at who the real enemy is, all right? Now, we know the dragon threat, and we know that's going to be dealt with because that's why the Dovahkiin is here, right? Namely, our character, all right? Deal with the dragons, and so we'll have an Elder Scroll future written without Alduin in it, all right? And so we need to look at who the real enemy is going to be as we move forward. All right, and that would be chiefly the Thalmor. Okay, the Thalmor being basically behind everything that undermines the fabric of anything you're doing. All right, not just society, but culture, religion, basically anyone's right to exist. They would undermine that, and they would foster any kind of conflict that would possibly get everyone to tear each other apart to make it easy pickings for them to come in and do what they say they're going to do, which is destroy everybody and put them in their proper place. If you're not Thalmor, then you aren't shit, right? They don't even like some Altmer as it is. You have to be a complete Aryan version of the Altmer to be acceptable, you know, to the Thalmor's sense of Aryan purity and superiority, all right? That is literally their attitude out of their own mouths. This is not shit I'm making up, right? Now, what face do they wear in public, though? Sure enough, you see a few ugly ones sneering at you and insulting you in their stupid-looking robes. But here, let's get it out of the horse's mouth himself. I won't say it. Let him say it for me.
Are you joking? Even if we had a prisoner by that name, the only way he'd be released is by order of the Imperial Legion. Now I suggest you turn around and go back the way you came. Until next time.
Okay, so thank you, Game Ender. Who is controlling these Thalmor torture and murder camps here? Who is escorting these soldiers and innocent civilians to these places to be tortured and killed? All right, who? It's the Imperial soldiers. Who is running these places? The Imperial Legion. Enough said. That's it. Game over. There is no arguing with that. There is no justifying that. There is no saying, oh, well, you just don't quite understand and the Empire had to do that. Man, fuck all that. Okay? Sorry. No. Doesn't wash. All right? And at the risk of offending somebody by telling the truth, because you're guaranteed to offend somebody when you tell the truth. Politically correct means to never, ever tell the truth and lie all the time about everything and be so brainwashed and be so brain dead that you cannot think for yourself or have any kind of moral stature whatsoever. All right, that's what politically correct means. So at risk of not doing that, because I actually want to be something of a man about myself in real life and in my games, right? I take my games seriously. Then we'll look at this for really what it is. Okay, for those who have used this argument, this is the most common argument. The Nords are racist, so I join the Empire. Please stop and take a look at the absolute irony, double standard, and hypocrisy in that statement. And please stop for a moment and actually think before speaking. It's a great practice to start. It's a great discipline to start working on. And there's my Altmer blood, by the way. So it looks like all we need is Wood Elf now. But anyway, to say that, now, you use Windhelm as an example. Specifically, Ulfric is a racist. Why? Because you have Dark Elves in their community demanding housing, demanding care, and demanding equal this and equal that with a people who are not only at war on several different fronts. You're fighting the Empire and the Thalmor, who are, according to this guy right here, one and the same anyway. All right, but then you're also fighting the dragons, and you know that as soon as the dragon, all right, issue is settled and the Civil War issue is settled, you're going to have to go take it to the elves. And the whole argument is, well, the Nords really need the Empire. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with who's racist or not anyway. Y'all wanted to throw the racist label around anytime somebody doesn't get what they want, whether they're the same color or not. It's kind of irrelevant, all right? But, okay, that doesn't have anything to do with anything, but let me remind you, Isgramor had 500, not 5 million. All right, let me go ahead and state that as historical fact. All right, and as future fact also. If that's what it takes, that's what's going to happen. All right, and if nothing else, the Divines are going to make it happen. Probably Talos, who the elves just seem so dead set, so obsessed with stamping out. They're obsessed to do that for a reason. If Talos is nothing, is not a god, they wouldn't be that obsessed with him if he's not a threat. You only fight that hard against something who's a threat, or else you're shadowboxing and you look really stupid in public. Think about it. All right, so anyway, everyone says, well, Ulfric's a racist and the Nords are... No. I'm sorry. When you have people that are basically parasitically leeching off you during a time of war, when you have a concentrated mind on a war effort and you have these people saying, but you didn't accept me into your ranks among your people just because I'm here, even though you didn't invite me, so therefore you're discriminating. No, sorry, actually our houses are for our people, weapons and food are scarce, and we're fighting over here, and if you don't want to join, get the fuck out. That's really their attitude. Color doesn't have anything to do with it. Oh, well, there's a few bigots in there. What about that drunk guy? That's not the Nords. That's that one guy. You're going to have people like that in every color. I see just as many racists in every single color as I do just whites. Or just blacks. Or whatever. Okay? I mean, seriously, people. It makes no sense. All right? So, anyway, but then you go and look at the Thalmor. If you want to use the racist argument, the Thalmor tell you to your face that because, specifically, of your race, they're going to exterminate you and put you in your place, which is down there in the gutter with the shit. They tell you that to your face. They make no bones about it. They're not even ashamed of it. They're proud of that. They are the only true race, and everyone else is a beast and an animal, and to be considered nothing better than a troll. In fact, they'd probably rather give trolls the benefit of the doubt than any other race of people. Even some people of their own kind. Other elves and even some Altmer and stuff, okay? So there you have it. Now, who's the racist? Now, out of that guy's own mouth, if you choose to side with the Empire, you are siding with the absolute true racist Elder Scrolls Nazis of the game. Does that make any sense? Please stop and think for 1/8 of a second. If one is capable of doing so, one would come to the only conclusion that can be made is that the Empire / Thalmor, which are one and the same, are the racists. All right? Among many other things. Right? Terrorists, warmongers, traitors, liars, spies, thieves, arrogant, obnoxious, snide, coward bastards who can't really fight anyway. Okay, so just saying. All right, the Nords are people trying to defend their homeland and knowing that they're looking forward to a long future of war. Now, let's take your Dovahkiin. Let's say you are playing a Khajiit or an Argonian or something. This isn't just scripted. If you show you are willing to fight for Skyrim, they ask you, why would you want to? Well, because I bleed for Skyrim. Well, I can't fault you for that. I hate the elves as much as you do. Awesome. You want to join? Cool. Is that racist? Doesn't matter what color you are. Okay? Now, go ask the Thalmor if they'll let you join in their cause to fight against anybody. They'll snidely look down on you and say, I'll allow you to unzip my zipper with your teeth until I feel I'm done with you, then I'm going to kill you. They'll tell you that to your face. All right? But you want to call the Nords racist? Seriously? I can't respect that. I'm not going to respect that. That is an opinion that's not based on any kind of sanity, reason, logic, knowledge of the game, knowledge of lore, or anything else. So it's hard to say, well, I can kind of understand that or respect that. I can't respect that. I'd be wronging myself to respect that. Not possible. Oh, well, you're alienating some of your viewers. If that's it, telling you, I don't think so. I think actually the viewers here all have a really good mind here, and all really understand the depth of these RPG games and just how far-reaching a lot of the principles, moral decisions, and everything else that go along here really have, because they take these things from real life to give it more of a substance, you know? When you look at the things that are going on in the game, you say, wow, that has some reflections of real life. So, and you want to talk about backwards thinking? The peaceful people that are now tearing up France right here as I speak, right now, as I'm editing this video. Just for example, backwards thinking, oh, welcome them in. They say they're going to kill you. Welcome them in anyway. Sorry. Under the guise of, oh, quote-unquote, refugees. Yeah, well, they're not refugees. Yeah, but if you say that, you're not politically correct. So you need to stop that because you're discriminating. Because you're a racist or you're a something, right? And they come in and blow your shit up. Take you all hostage. Kill everybody. But no surprise. It is what it is. Oh, but you're being politically incorrect. What? Because I'm just stating an observation? A simple truth? That's a real world example of the same kind of principle we're talking about right here. These are people who, to your face, tell you they're going to kill you. And you have people making excuses for them, saying, well, an alliance was kind of necessary, and we should allow them to just kind of be here, and we should kind of welcome them in. So they've crept into every border, and what are they doing? Inciting civil war, inciting espionage, inciting terrorism, murdering folks, kidnapping folks, holding them hostage. Gee, go figure. I can't believe you said that. Oh, why? Because in a world where no one's allowed to speak the truth ever? I'm saying something true. Is it related to a game? Whatever. Is it still real? Whatever. Just throwing it out there. So anyway, that huge, long, yelling, screaming rant was essentially what this brought up, but it does really have some real actual implications. It really is kind of serious. And there really is kind of a type of thinking which one can get accustomed to, being mindless, just receiving what the media has to offer until one's morals and one's intellect and one's filter through which one kind of sifts through all the information one is given is askewed, and finally it's so clogged up and perverted that it just becomes lazy jelly. They used to call it the boob tube, or the idiot, the television, the idiot box, okay? That was way back when, and media and things like that weren't so bad, but it was just a way to get away and mindlessly get off into something and let something else essentially think for you. Well, maybe they were onto something back then, and hell, I play my games through a TV, I totally get it. I'm not being superstitious of television, but I am saying that there is something to that, because I see a mindset over the years. When you throw a rock into the river, after some years, it is eventually worn smooth. You get the example? Like, over time. Because it doesn't happen immediately, well, then it's not going to happen. That's really not true. Something can be eaten away at over time until it's unrecognizable from what it was. Well, that could be a person with their thinking. If there's enough trash input, eventually the output's going to be garbage too. And I'm not trying to insult anybody, and I'm applying that to myself also. We're all prone to that. We're all human, right? But when seeing something, one of the most uncomfortable things to do in life is to see a bad type of thinking or behavior in one's own self when you look in the mirror and come to terms with it, face it, and deal with it. That's one of the hardest things to do in life. It really actually is, in my opinion. And so I'm kind of throwing that up there. And I will credit this game, as well as many other RPGs that I play, for bringing up those things. Now, a lot of times, to be honest, what the game considers the good choice is just as politically correct and full of shit as the real world in a lot of ways. Sometimes you get bad karma for doing the right thing, but that's the developer's own sense of politics and own sense of morals and whatever. I'm not going to knock it except for just what it is. But, and then, well, who's to say I'm right? Well, each man eventually, at the end of the road, each man's just got to live with the choices that he's made for him or herself, right? Each person's got to go by that. You can only go with that, what your conscience is. But I think morals, and I think, like I say, that fortitude that one lives by can be kind of weathered away, can be kind of watered down. It can be numbed by what you see in the media and what you hear day in and day out. Perverted becomes the norm. Evil becomes the norm. Violent and hateful and intentionally malicious becomes the norm, and so it has to be something really tragic to get your attention. And when you get to that point, then the innocents in your society suffer, right? And then the victims become guilty, and the criminals become excused, right? And the worst of all behavior, people start looking to justify it rather than come to grips with the reality that it is festered out of control. Right? And then it's not fixable. It's grown too big. You've allowed that cancer cell to spread throughout the whole body, and now you got to go in and realize that now it's death. That's a harsh reality to face. I get it. But the longer you refuse to acknowledge it, the more that cancer grows, whether you like it or not. Cancer doesn't give a shit what you think about it, and cancers in your society are doing just that. And so instead of dealing with it, we make excuses for it. We say it's peaceful. We say it means no harm. We say it's not. It couldn't possibly do that because that's not the nice thing to do. And since we're all nice and friendly and happy, and all the unicorns are shitting fairy dust, and all the puppies are carrying kittens off into the rainbow, then none of this could possibly happen. And as it happens, we're shocked. Oh my God, how could this be? Do you guys see it? Are you watching fucking Facebook and Twitter and the news right now? Do you see everybody running around like chickens with their heads cut off, facing the very thing they made happen with their pacifism and their tolerance and their this and their that, right? Not calling criminals criminals, not calling the insane insane, saying, well, even child molesters have a right to sexual pleasure. Seriously? Okay, at what point is too far? Well, the more you're numbed by modern media, nothing is taboo anymore. Nothing is profane. There is no right and wrong. Wrong is right. Right is wrong. and it's all backwards, and each to his own, and let's all live like that. And so if there is no standard by which society can divide itself to keep itself from harming itself, then that's what it's going to do, and that's what we're doing. And, well, honestly, those same principles are kind of applying right here. Rather than take an actual stand against the Thalmor, catering to it. Thalmor representing all the bad things, essentially. All the bad qualities, not just of men and people, but of things in general. And allying with them to make it easier, to make it more comfortable, right? To make it safe for now, with a much higher cost in the future, if you think about it. No different. No different. So, you know, agree or not agree, it's cool. If this starts something cool, if it doesn't, even better, but whatever. But things to think about, principles to think about, stuff that crosses my mind when playing my games and then getting immersed in my game worlds and saying, what is there to be seen here? What do I learn about the game, and what do I learn about myself by the decisions I make in the game, right? No, I wouldn't do the things in real life that I do in the game. I can separate reality from fiction. I get that. But there are certain principles which one can consider and which one can apply in a game. Why do I do this? Why do I do that? Would I actually do this if this was me? Or would I not? You know, and that type of thing. And so it really all kind of comes into play, and this is where I get my money's worth out of the game. It really is. By just going all in, you know, just going all in, shoving all your chips, everything you do, everything you play, get in there and really just try to get the most you can out of the story and the lore and the background and then the combat, you know, and all the other stuff too. But there's things that can actually be learned, almost about ourselves if we bother to look at it, you know. Not to go too far off the deep end, and well, unless I have already, but you know, just some things to think about. Also, you know, at least to the best of my knowledge and best of my understanding, an RPG is role-playing, right? Putting yourself in the place of your character, or putting yourself in the role of controlling a hero to make those decisions, which might be an extension of your will, an extension of yourself, to do those things, right? And the better role-playing games offer lots of opportunities to make a choice and to gather facts and to say, well, sometimes it's just a clear-cut right and wrong. Other times there's gray areas. And other times some things that seem to be a gray area, you realize they're only gray because you're corrupted by your experiences in real life and things that have, like, numbed you and deadened you to things that you might otherwise be affected by in the real world, and then you get into the game and it's not so much of a big deal. Sometimes that's a harsh reality to face. Sometimes that's a shocking thing. It's like, holy crap, wow, this says something about me, you know? It's not really about the game anymore for a second. And if the game can bring that out, well, that's priceless. You know, it's one thing, you know, pre-ordering game at GameStop, $60, you know, driving up to get your game and driving back and going and stocking up on goodies on Walmart on the way home, $100, you know, but learning some shit about yourself based on the storyline of the game, priceless, right? Can you all see the MasterCard commercial or whatever? Anyway, but you know, seriously, totally worth it. And also it gives opportunity for everyone to go on rants, right? And since I'm making this particular video right here, it's my turn to rant. And the comment section down there below is y'all's turn to rant. It's all good. Feel free. Rant free. No. Pro rant comment section below. We'd like to hear from you guys. Although I think there's only a small handful of us keeping up with this series here. A few that are diehards staying true to Skyrim, but that's cool. That's cool. Y'all still have a voice. Everyone has a voice. Wow, that dude's lightning is... Okay, he's just forgetting about everybody but me. Alright, let me put on this dragon skin that I never remember that I even have. In fact, I've forgotten I had it so much that it's not even on my favorites list anymore. I thought I put it there. Whatever. Go and hit that real quick. If he's going to be hitting me with super zaps. You can knock that off for a second. Alright, I'll get with him in a minute. Shouldn't turn that corner, dude. Okay, I really don't need that storm action. Oh, no. Don't go kill. Bitch. Yeah, take that. Oh, that dude was like a boss. Boss Thalmor. Which made him almost the equivalent of what? A Draugr Scourge? Maybe. Maybe. Alright, very cool. I think that's it. I think that's the last of the Thalmor here. We got our blood a long time ago. But all we need is Wood Elf. I think we can go find a bandit camp. What we'll probably do on the next video is we'll go to... we'll start at Halted Stream Camp, and hopefully we can get lucky right there and find a Wood Elf. Probably because I remember there being some archers out front, and archers among bandits sometimes tend to be Wood Elves. You can get lucky. But we'll go to a few bandit camps, even if it takes all day, and we'll go find a Wood Elf somewhere. Maybe we'll even get really, really lucky, and one will just attack us at random. Sometimes you'll get attacked by like a random Wood Elf or orc or something.
I never thought I'd see another friendly face again. We need to get to safety as soon as possible. Let's move.
Right on, man. Return a son to her mom. Dude's been kidnapped, was about to get killed and shit. For what? For being right? Okay. I'm gonna go into the next Elder Scrolls with an attitude. If the Thalmor are the chief enemy, like the main enemy, oh man, I'm gonna enjoy killing them. I enjoy killing them already. They got it coming. It makes the world a better place each one you get rid of. Oh, that's not nice. Well, it's still true. So anyway, we'll go try to find our last elf. We'll go get the Augma Infinium. We might as well. I mean, we're almost there. We got our little box. We got the little thing transcribed and whatever. And so we'll go do that. And then hopefully... well, let's see. We're done with Harkon. Maybe we can go put that stupid blood scroll up somewhere. Yeah, somewhere, like in a chest, maybe. I'm gonna go back to the Whiterun house, maybe, and go try to put that up. Those things are weighing like 20 pounds apiece. They're taking up like all my inventory space. Stupid scrolls. We got stuck with all of them at once, too. Oh, well, that's gratitude for you. Okay, I was gonna pick these locks anyway, bitch. But at least set her free. Anyway. You know, she can be free with an attitude instead of locked up starving in a cage. But these were their next victims, huh? Okay, and it's not just Nords here. Actually, this cell right here is... Okay, I guess this was the boy's cell. The son here. Thalmund or whatever his name is. I guess this was his cell. So we'll go do that. Go get the Augma Infinium. Go get the points for that. And then I think we'll get off and start making our trek towards finding Alduin. We still have a few things we have to do. First we have to get back to the top of the mountain and talk to Parthenax. And then we have to do that. And then we have to like go into the past and learn this shout or whatever. And then wherever we go after that. Seems like we have to do something at Dragon's Reach and a couple... Not too far away. It's a pretty good adventure though, just getting to Alduin, if I remember right. You get to go through a pretty cool series of ruins and stuff like that. I think we have to do it solo too. I don't think we get to take a follower there. 99% sure we have to do it on our own, so...
Her skin's as pale as the snow. You scared of sunlight or something?
Yeah, I am kind of scared of sunlight, actually. Well, actually not really, just sunlight makes my magic go away. That's all it is. Wow, there we go.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, so you got an Argonian there, so it's not just... They're just racist, period. Like I say, everything is sub... I wouldn't say subhuman, because that's one of the things they hate is humans. But sub Thalmor. It's there. Everything is sub Thalmor, apparently. No learning books here. I thought there was a skill book somewhere in this place, and I missed it. I'm 99% sure there's one. Which is okay, I guess. Unless it was a light armor one, that would kind of be a bummer, but whatever.
I cannot thank you enough for rescuing me from this place. I suspect I'd never again see the light of day otherwise. But why would you risk your life for me, a stranger?
Right thing to do, man. Simple as that.
Of course, I should have known. This was all Abelstein's idea, wasn't it? Where is he? A wise decision, but I fear he may not be safe there anymore. They'll go looking for me, and Whiterun will be the first place they search. I cannot stay. Not here. Not in Whiterun. It likely won't be safe for Abelstein either. Our best hope now is to fall in with the ranks of the Stormcloaks. But would you do me a favor? Tell my mother to suffer the winter's cold wind, for it bears aloft next summer's seeds.
Wow.
She'll know what it means.
Wow.
Thank you again, friend. You've given me my life back.
Man, that is some beautiful poetic shit. Suffer the winter's cold wind, for it bears next summer's seeds. I write that shit down. That is awesome. Suffer the winter's cold wind. There's always hope for... Wow, man. Okay, no, I'm seriously writing that down. I'm not even kidding. I'm actually writing that down.
I hope the Empire is sending reinforcements. Drive these...
Yeah, I wasn't kidding. I actually wrote that down. Like right now before I forget it. Suffer the cold
Hey,
winter's
watch
winds, for it bears next summer's seeds. Wow.
Please tell me you have news of my son. Pleased enough, I suppose. At least they appreciate the ways and traditions of the Nord people. Can't say I ever much liked the idea of the Empire telling us what to do and how to do it. Is he? You've saved him? Oh, I must see him at once. What? After all this, I can't even see him? How do I know you're telling me the truth and not just what I want to hear? For it bears aloft next summer's seeds. That's my boy. So it's true then. For now it's enough to know that he's alive. I can find peace in that. Thank you, dear friend. You've given me back my son. I'd had Eorlund forge this for Thorald. It was to be a present for his return. I suppose he can't have it now. Why don't you take it? We can always make another for the day when this war ends and Thorald can come home.
Wow.
You take care of yourself now.
Wow. Get to do a beautiful thing with the music going on and... Okay, it's this type of stuff gets me.
Don't like those eyes you got. There's a bad hunger to them.
Maybe a bad hunger to my eyes, but my heart's not so bad. Alright, well, you know, I'm gonna slow walk over to that merchant, go dump off a bunch of stuff, and go sniffle and have good memories of all this. Alright, if you want to subscribe, click that button up top. For the rest of the Let's Play, click that image there in the middle. It should send you straight there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.